Oh my gosh, I could go to bed and sleep right now. I also need food. There you are, Ling He. Ling He. I've only ever finished 2 dramas that Ling He's in. The Princess Royal, which I did a video about. Love's Rebellion, which I did mention in this video. Love's Rebellion, I loved it. Except, I'm pretty sure within that thing, I haven't rewatched it. But I think I mentioned things I didn't like about it. I liked her all the way through it. There you go. A girl that I liked all the way through. Yay, Love's Rebellion. Tiger and Crane, I know I mentioned that in something else. My heart, I'm dying. And it's all because of Ling He. And not in a bad way. Because it was fundamentally wrong. So many fundamentally wrong things about that one. It made me so angry, and it made me cry, and it made me explode, and I hated the main character guy. Because of everything that happened to Ling He's character. Not his 2 characters. I'm talking about Yan. Everything that happened to Yan was so wrong. That's why I had to drop that one, because it literally hurt too much to keep watching that one. It was so unjust. It was so wrong. And yet. And then there's the ones that I dropped, and it's kind of like, you know, once again with the Fox Spirit Matchmaker, I forgot he was in that one. I think I dropped it before I even got to see him. I don't remember if I got to see him in that one or not. I should probably look it up, but I don't want to, and it's kind of, it's whatever. But again, and then Love Crossed, I did a video about Love Crossed, why I had to drop that one. And My Journey to You, I only did a snippet of that one, why I had to drop that one. It was disgusting. And then Love Between Fairy and Devil. Oh my gosh, I hated that one. I cannot remember if I actually did a video where I mentioned anything about that one. I can't with these ones where it's just that she's so naive, but she actually does realize more than you think she does, because she is actually perceptive and notices, and she's doing it for his good because she knows that it's not right. Like, he's just unhappy and she just needs to make him happy, and he just doesn't understand, but he will eventually, that she is so wise and so caring that she's doing this all for him, and she's right and he's wrong, and we'll eventually figure this out. I'm like, oh my gosh, just throw her into the ocean. I can't stand her. I cannot stand her. She is overly, it's like the sweet, innocent, whatever. It's like comparing maple syrup and the fake stuff. She's the fake stuff. She is so sickly sweet that it's like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. I can't. I had to stop. Barely got into that one. So again, I barely saw Ling He in it because I couldn't with that drama. And then there's Bright Eyes in the Dark. I'm positive I mentioned this in one of my videos once before too, and that one is another one of those ones where it was all about the action and whatnot, but it also wasn't. There was like 2 different stories happening here, and it was like whiplash of these 2 different things, and it's like you're only going to care about one of them. I cannot give equal care to both of these stories when they're so unrelated. My brain won't work like that. It doesn't work for me. And then on top of that, I do not like the ending. I skipped forward and watched the ending to see if it was worth continuing it, and I couldn't with the ending. I'm so tired of them ending that way, and this is why I say I'm positive I did film something, because I'm positive I literally said those words in a video, where it's devoted to showing real life firefighters, and like whenever they do that with firefighters and policemen and all the rest of this kind of stuff and undercover workers, they're obsessed with showing how hard it is. Therefore, they're obsessed with showing like people dying and whatnot. And I'm like, you don't always have to go that far, okay? I know what you're trying to do, but there's other ways to show it. You don't always have to go to that length. Sometimes that actually takes away from it. That wasn't necessary. You didn't need to do that, and you did it, and it wrecked the ending for me. So again, in that one, it had nothing to do with Ling He, why I ended up dropping that one. His character didn't really have anything to do in that drama. He was very much a side. I had to drop that one. And then there's Pursuit of Jade. Everybody else loves that drama. It's all the rage. Everybody's raving about it. And I kind of understand why, because the beginning of that one, I did really like it. It was really well done up to a certain point. I only had some minor issues with it up to a certain point. And then it got thoroughly disgusting, and I couldn't stand it anymore, and it's the girl. I can't. This is what's known as a humble brag, people. Just one example of the problem. I was skipping through and seeing where it was going because I wanted to know why everybody still loved it so much. Like, the crap is so good about this drama. Okay, I read something that, like, a bunch of people were, like, trashing on Ling He because he's a pretty boy general, and that's not what it's like in real life. I find it ridiculous because pretty boy generals are like all you ever find in the Chinese dramas. What the crap are you picking on Ling He for? I have entirely lost count of how many pretty boy generals I've seen. You don't get to pick on just one of them for this, okay? This is the company and this is the fans. This is the entertainment world. This is not Ling He, okay? You don't get to pick on him for that. Okay, anyway. Pursuit of Jade. What did I say? The one example, the humble brag, the one example that I can give you of why I can't stand it anymore. Apparently, even at the end of the drama, she's still saying, I'm just a butcher. No, girl, you aren't by now. And you know it, and I know it, and we all know it. You cannot claim that anymore. If you are saying, I wish I was still just a butcher, legitimate. If you were saying, I started off as just a butcher, legitimate. To say, I am just a butcher girl, is entirely 100% false. You are not just a butcher girl anymore. After everything you've done in this drama, you literally stole the spotlight every single time you turned into the one, which is also, by the way, stupid, because she did not have the qualifications that they were trying to claim she had. She did not have the talent. She did not have the skill. She did not have the knowledge. She did not have the experience. And before you push back with, yes, she did have skills. She had those special moves that her father taught her. Remember that any skill that takes practice to obtain also takes practice to maintain. In other words, she was taught those skills when she was how old? We never, ever, ever saw her practicing them. How long has it been since she actually used them? And yet she has this magical reservoir of this skillful talent of fighting. She has never had any experience actually fighting against actual real human beings. She has only had basically book knowledge. The movements, fighting against who? She's never fought against an opponent before. And yet, she has also not kept up with that practice because it's supposed to be a hidden thing. So her father imparted this knowledge to her. She did it, I don't know how many times, when she was how old? How long ago? And yet she can just magically pull it out of the back of her pocket. And she is just as talented and just as strong and just as capable of doing all of this stuff out there on the battlefield as the general, who has been doing it straight for how many years? So in other words, once again, they are throwing actual experience and actual hard work and actual knowledge in the real life world and all the rest of this kind of stuff completely out the window and under the bus to make way for somebody that basically cheats. Like I say, stolen spotlight. She didn't earn it. She should not have had the capability of doing what she's suddenly capable of just drop of the hat doing. And yet she got boosted flat up right to the very top of it. And she's the one killing all the big bad guys, even though it's not really any of her business in being the one to do that. Like, why is she stealing the spotlight literally everywhere? When it's not even hers, like, she's stealing it. She didn't earn it, she stole it. I'm telling you, she did not earn the spotlight. A whole lot of these places, she did not earn it, she stole it. And for instance, one of these, I still haven't finished the humble brag, but for instance, one of the times was when she went and rescued that girl, literally would not have been able to if Ling He's character hadn't sent those people to help her. Basically, it's Ling He that rescued that girl, not the main character girl. And yet she is the one that everybody praises. She is the one that gets all of the glory for it. She's the one that gets all the credit for it. No, Ling He wouldn't have, I think he would not have actually gone and done that. So it's her that initiated going, but it's not her power that did it. She legit thought that her and her rinky-dink little crew of barely any experience and whatnot, she legit thought she had the power to go up against that guy and save her friend. That's the problem. That is the arrogance that she contained. She legit believed that she could do it, and that she did it. She didn't do it. Ling He's men showing up are what accomplished this. Guys, and this is what always happens, and this is why I hate it when the girls steal the spotlight. And the guys have done this before too, but the girls do it more frequently. They didn't earn this. They stole it. And like they always do that. As soon as you hear this line, you know that the drama's no good. Women are just as good as men. But they never stop there. They always continue and say, in fact, you're better. That is precisely what this drama is about. As soon as they say that, that is what this is about. They are not about being equal between men and women. They are not about proving that the women can do the things that men can do. That is not what they are doing. They are throwing men under the bus. They are trampling all over them. They are saying women do not need men. Women are so strong. Like literally that example where like one guy by himself managed to take one of those things up the mountain and everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's so strong. It usually takes, 2 to 4 men to do that. And he's like panting and it's so wow, it's incredibly because that thing is so heavy. And then this butcher girl comes along and not just takes 1 but 2. And she does it frequently. And she also does it so fast that she has time to go over there and spy on that and all the rest of this stuff. I'm like, that, I think it was about there was where it kind of flipped the table. And I'm like, forget it. I can't do this drama anymore. You have taken her to an unrealistic high. You have over-dramatized her so much. You have spotlit her and pushed her up so high that I can't stand her anymore. She did not earn any of this. She doesn't deserve any of this. This is absurd. This is unrealistic. This is stupid. I hate this. I can't stand this. And that is what Pursuit of Jade did. And that is why I hated it. And that is why I dropped it. And her humble brag. She is not just a butcher girl anymore. And yet, I'm just a butcher girl. She's trying to be humble. She's trying to be... Doesn't work. You are bragging. You are arrogant to the nth degree. Bragging. The humble brag is what it's called when you do that. And that's what she's doing. She's disgusting. I can't stand her anymore. It was really good up to a certain point. But like her way of treating him, like it was set up like she was respecting his decisions. A lot of it was in the beginning, which is why I was okay with it. For the most part, it was things that he said and things that he applied, and she was trying to respect that and go by that, and that's why her attitude was the way it was. But the thing is, she didn't actually let him talk. Ever. If you actually watch throughout the entire thing that I remember, through the whole beginning and through later on, she didn't let him have a voice. Speaking of trampling all over the men. It's not like this was a mutual thing. It's not like he said stuff and she respected it, like the guys always have to do. He wasn't even allowed to talk. She made all of the decisions for him. Princess Royal. Somebody left a comment on my video recently, and that made me watch my video again because I couldn't remember what I said and all this stuff. But I was saying, like I say, Ling He had this reoccurring thing where he just backs off, and because this becomes this passive little thing, the woman tramples all over, and it's like, yet he still gets all the blame. He gets yelled at. He gets stomped all over. He's the one that does all the wrong. He constantly has to apologize for everything he did. And yet, it's not actually him. Or it's not him alone. One of the two. Because the girl is constantly doing this. She doesn't even let him talk. And then he does talk and he wants her to come with him and stuff. And she blows it off on him being selfish. Again, I flipped the table there. I managed to keep watching by that point, past that point. But that was the first real big straw. I think it was the first real big straw that I was like, this close, people. And then it just got worse and worse. And then because I was watching it at the same time as it was coming out, I had no reason to get excited and wait and continue and wait for the next 2 episodes to come out. I had no reason to because I couldn't stand this drama anymore. And there you go. This is my problem. I like Ling He as an actor, and yet I loved Love's Rebellion, except for a few issues. I didn't like The Princess Royal, except it had some really good things about it. I hated Tiger and Crane. Bright Eyes in the Dark was an extreme letdown. I hated Red Moon Pact. I hated Love Crossed. I hated Love Between Fairy and Devil. I hated My Journey to You. I hated Pursuit of Jade. I am interested to see Eternal Faith, and I'm curious enough about Overdue that I will try it. So, that's fun. And now I'm tired. My coffee is sitting here. My second cup of coffee. The first one I didn't get to finish. So, that stupid storm did a number on me. Oh my gosh, it did a number on me. So I need to go. I need to stop rambling. And I don't know what my point was. I started out with one point, and then I went into talking about Pursuit of Jade specifically, which is what I wasn't going to do. And then I did it anyway. So, anyway, I told you I was in a chatty mode. It just got weirdly dampened because of that storm. So, bye. Thanks for watching that if you did. Let me know what you think. in the comments below. Just be polite. Bye.